Welcome to Ignorance Unleashed with your host Salvatore Cavalieri. In just 10 minutes, enjoy no-nonsense insights with a dash of humor and absurdity. Approved by his psychiatrist and wife because they agree he needs this outlet.
Hey. So today we're going to talk about a very delicate topic. It is the topic about who's really living in your rental property. See, you rented the property to John, but all of a sudden John has other people that were not part of the application, are not part of the lease, that all of a sudden are inside the property, creating havoc for you and for the neighbors around it. So you need to make sure that this doesn't happen to you. So how does this happen? How do you prevent this? There's some nightmare scenarios where you have someone that in the application is very clean, very nice, and everything else, but all of a sudden you have a criminal living in the property. Okay, and that's what they do. Okay, now there are certain red flags that you need to be caution. For example, if you have a house of 4 bedrooms and only one person is applying, that's suspicious, really. Why do you need so much space? Really. You could ask the question and see the response. Some of them are going to be very defensive, and some of them are going to give you a fair answer. Well, my grandma is going to come, my daughter's going to come, and this is going to come, and this and that. And they want separate rooms. I need one room for me to sleep. Another one is my office. Another one is for storage because I do craft or whatever. They're valid answers to this, but you have to be very careful. Now, this is very, very, very important. This happens often in for big houses. You gotta be careful who's in there. So I'm gonna show you how can you prevent or minimize the intrusion of people that you did not approve. Okay, so let's call it the invasion of these quarters. Okay, so first of all, strong lease agreement provisions. Okay, clearly state that in the lease that who is allowed to live in the unit and require written approval of any additional occupants. Okay, define a guest policy very clearly. 7 to 14 days need approval. Specify penalties for unauthorized occupants, such as fines or lease termination. This is extremely important. For example, one advice I can give you is that when you put your ad that is publicly, that you can see in those websites that they promote rentals, you're right there, put a short note that says, hey, look, any authorized people living in the property will have consequences. Okay, so from the get-go, that means that you know about that. Okay, and that will deter the invasion. Okay, right? Now, strict tenant screening. This is very important. Of course, you need to do a complete background check, credit, criminal, past evictions, talk to the previous landlord, verify income, and you need to verify the income in different ways, not only what you've been provided by the tenant, but by also, for example, if they tell you they work in a company ABC, and they give you a call to call John, the supervisor, and they give you a phone number, well, find out another phone number for that company. Okay, and then call the company. I had a case that I had these pay stubs and for this company, and it was an out-of-state company. It was from the Midwest, and then when I called that company in the Midwest, not using the phone that was provided in the application, the person on the other side in the Midwest said, yes, you are the 5th person that called me regarding this person applying for leases all over Florida. Okay, so you need to make sure. Also, when you look at the application, you're going to see different types of phone numbers. You're going to see different phone numbers. If you're looking that he works in a big company, you see the email at gmail.com, that's already suspicious, because if it's a big established company, okay, usually the email has the name of the company. So if you see gmail.com, maybe a buddy of a friend of the guy. Also, make sure that you check those phone numbers. There is a great tool out there that you can check phone numbers for free and see what's going on. It's called Forward. Let me put it here, Forward. This is a great tool. With Forward, you can punch in the phone number that you were given by the applicant, by his friend, by his referral, and you see what kind of people they hang out with. Okay. We have seen people that they apply, and then you see other people related to that phone number that they have very shady past. So you need to make sure that you do that check. Okay. Now another one here: regular property inspections. This is very useful. When you suspect something, okay, to check just to see what's going on in there. Of course, if you have extra bed, you see many cars in the driveway, you're gonna see that something is going on. Okay, you make sure that you do those inspections. This one, let's say, for example, you're paying for the water or the electricity, which is kind of unusual in newer homes. But anyway, if you're paying for that, so if you're accustomed to pay $15 for water, and all of a sudden it jumps to $150, that means there probably is 3 people in there. 50 for the first one, 50 for the other one, and 50 for the other. So you need to make sure that there is no going on, or there is a water leak, okay, in the property. Okay. Establish a communication system. Yes, the tenant and you have to have a cordial communication. They have to have the phone number, your text, or vice versa, and you communicate with that. Another thing to do it's important that you meet your neighbors, okay, and have some open communication with them and see, they can call you. They can say, hey, look, all of a sudden we have 15 cars here every Saturday and Sunday. This is being used for whatever purpose. Okay, so you gotta have that relationship with the neighbors. Another one is a good relationship also with the service that you provide. For example, let's say the lawn care is included in the rent. Well, the lawn care guy is looking at the property. If they see multiple people going in and you see the driveway filled of people, that's something suspicious going on. Okay, so the people that serve the property, either lawn care or pool care or the AC company, could help you a lot just to see what's going on. Okay, use those trusted contractors to help you. Okay, if you see lease violations, enforce them promptly. Unauthorized occupants, they should receive a formal letter that they are out of the contract, that they are violating the terms of the lease. You have to do that. If the condition is not repaired, is not addressed immediately, you should start eviction proceedings immediately. Okay, they need to know that there is a sheriff in town that is going to enforce the laws. Okay. And the last one here that you can use, it is establish the security cameras outside the home, not inside, outside the home. And monitor who's coming in and out. Okay. In some cases, you can have smart locks and stuff like that. You just give one code to one specific tenant, and you can change them remotely and stuff like that. But anyway, I don't like to use that one that much. But I would prefer to use the cameras. And from the get-go, if they have outside cameras, if they have an issue with that, no, I don't like cameras and things like that, maybe it's not the tenant for you. Okay. So with that said, this is the way you avoid the unwanted, of course, they never wanted squatters in your property, because that's what they're doing virtually now. They're being harbored by someone else who's in the lease. So be careful with that. It happens often. Okay. With that said, make it a great day. Bye-bye.